In a world dominated by the likes of your VW Polo, your Hyundai i20, this scrambles in for third place, being the Renault Clio V. Basically, this is the first generation of the Clio, and as you can see, it has quite a daring design up front, right? So up front, we do have this large Renault badging over here, and it kind of like mimics its older brother, the Megane, which I have to say I don't mind it. So basically the grille runs into the headlights over here. So the grille has a bit of some piano black and some chrome stripping over there, of which I really like. I have to say I like the look of this vehicle in front, man. You know, it's aggressive, it's cute, it's sporty. You know, I really like it. This is the top of the range version, being the intense version. But anyway, coming along to the headlights over here. So we do have this C-shaped headlights over there that resembles, you know, a tiger's face in a way. But anyway, coming along to the bottom, we also do have fog lamps over here, which are, all of the headlights are fully LED, of which I have to say I really like them. Coming along to the side though, for me, you know, I've never thought I'd actually consider a Clio, but this is a vehicle that I'd say you must consider. Coming along to the side, we do have some 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheels with this gloss black finishing inside and this silver finishing in there, of which I have to say it ties up the vehicle quite well. Of course, with this black mirror caps over here with our integrated turn signal over there. We also do have this chrome strip running all over the window seal over there, of which I have to say, and this chrome strip over here down below. And I would prefer this car in the red color, because I feel like, you know, that's the signature color for a Clio. But anyway, this color also does do the business. The vehicle also does come with keyless comfort access. So whenever, let me just look for the key. So here's the key. So whenever I just walk away, let me just approach the camera. Okay, the vehicle is locked. But anyway, I'll demonstrate it some other time. So it's locked. All right, but anyway, let's move on, right? So I have to say, man, side proportions, I really like the stance of the vehicle. You know, it's quite lowered. It gives you that boy racer feeling, man. You know, even though this is not the Clio RS, I don't think Renault made the Clio RS of this version, but I really think, you know what, Renault, if you're watching, make a comeback into the industry and make a Clio RS, right? Coming along to the rear door, I like the way the rear door opens, man. It's quite unique. It's quite cute, man. So just pop it open right there, and that's how the rear door opens. So you might be fooled if this line wasn't here. You might think that, oh man, it's a two-door, you know, making it look sportier as well. Coming along to the rear, there isn't much change, right? There isn't much change from the previous gen, right? So we do get our fully LED tail lights over here. Even though we do not get, I think this thing would look proper with the light bar, but again, Renault needed to leave some space for the Megane, right? Of course, we do have our Renault badging over here with a Clio and Renault over there with a reverse camera over here, right? But if there's anything that I'd say I don't like about this vehicle, has to be the fact that there is no button. Oh shoot. You know, that's not staged at all. You know, I was looking for the button all over. Like I was like pressing this thing over here, thinking like, you know what, this car doesn't have a button to open it from outside, but actually it actually does, you know. And boot space is quite, I think it's a bit on the small side compared to the Volkswagen Polo, but oh well, man, it's just about okay. I think it's the same size with the i20, but of course we do have an adjustable boot floor over there, which will give you a bit of some storage space, of course. But with that being said, let's jump inside. Let me take you guys through this vehicle. So you guys join me inside the interior of the Renault Clio V, right? And right from the get-go, this is quite a cozy interior to be in, because, you know, I feel like this interior is more driver orientated. Like the driver feels wrapped around inside the interior quite well, of which I really like. It kind of gives off that boy racer feeling where you feel like, you know, you're in charge of the wheel. But up front, we do have a digital instrument cluster over there with a screen, of course, that we can use to just power it up. So we can check various things, man, like your fuel consumption, We can check quite a lot of things actually. Your eco mode and things like that, and it changes various from mode to mode. So if I pop it into eco mode, the screen there will change into green. So let me just pop it back into my sense, and then on the left we have our temperature, on the right our fuel gauge. But anyway, coming along down to the steering wheel, I would say this steering wheel feels absolutely nice to hold. So we have this leather wrap steering wheel over here with our cruise control buttons on the left, and our our buttons change the instrument cluster on the right, with of course voice recognition. Cancel.
Canceling voice recognition.
Right? What a way to show off. But anyway, in typical French car manufacturer style, we have our audio stock, our audio control buttons on the stock behind the steering wheel, which is quite odd, man. It takes some getting used to, but anyway, it gets the job done, right? But anyway, if there's anything I have to say I like, is the fact that finding your driving position in this vehicle is quite easy. So it does have reach and rake, so it's quite amazing. And of course we do have push to start over there, right? Coming down to the center, we have this 9-inch infotainment system over here, which is absolutely, I have to say, the graphics are quite nice. The graphics are really, really nice, and there's quite a lot that you can do. Like when it comes to personalization and customizing this vehicle, there's quite a lot that you can do. We also do have our inbuilt navigation over there, of which I really, really like. The screen is not the most responsive screen on the system, but oh well, it gets the job done, right? And we have a drive mode button over there, where we can edit the different driving modes, lighting, cluster, and all those things, man. It's quite amazing. I like the customizability of the vehicle. And then down below we also do have our air conditioning buttons over here, and I like the fact that it's just wheels that we can turn that display your aircon, where it's going, and things of that matter. Like, it's very easy to cycle between them while driving. Let me just power that off. And then coming down below as well, we also do have a wireless charger with 2 USBs and an aux cable, plus 12-volt socket. Connectivity is quite it's quite it's quite accommodating, right? Coming down to the center, of course this vehicle is powered by a manual gearbox, but I'll get into that when I'm driving, with our ambient lighting strip over here. In a budget vehicle, I don't really expect ambient lighting, so I have to commend Renault for that. And then we have somewhere to store our key, an electronic handbrake with auto hold, with 2 cup holders over there, and a little bin to store whatever. But if there's anything I have to say, big ups to Renault, is the fact that they didn't give me a normal standard white cloth headlining. They gave me this. It's not black, but it has this denim feeling to it, of which I think it will age well when it comes to longevity of the vehicle. And the seats as well also does have this denim feeling thing with some white piping over there. But with that being said, let's jump into the back seats. Let me take you guys through that. Coming along to the rear of the Clio V, and legroom, it's quite tight. I'm not going to lie to you. Legroom is a bit tight, but that's to be expected with the compact size of this vehicle. And tow room is also a bit tight. I feel like the vehicle is tight in general. Headroom is okay, but I feel like people taller than me will struggle. And I feel like sitting 3 here will be a bit of a squeeze. But in terms of comfortability wise, I think it's quite comfortable. It's really, really comfortable. Like, even the materials back here, there's leather on the seats over here that follows along to the rear. Even here on the middle seat with this jean and leather material over here, which I really, really like. It's quite a comfortable interior. I also like the fact that rear passengers do get light over here, but unfortunately there is no 12-volt socket or USB ports. So I guess you guys have to fight with the drive. But anyway, with that being said, driving impressions. Alright, so you guys join me inside the interior of the Clio V for the driving impressions. And right from the get-go, there's let's talk about the oily bits. So this vehicle is powered by a 1-liter turbocharged engine that puts out about 74 kilowatts and 160 newton meters of torque through a 5-speed manual gearbox. And I have to say, these numbers are like sufficient numbers for this vehicle. I've never felt like this vehicle is underpowered. I feel like the fact that it pairs up with a manual, I know it's a disadvantage for some other people, but I feel like it works in its favor, right? The fact that it pairs up with a manual instead of an automatic, right? Because I don't think you can get a variant of an automatic with this, and I feel like that's where Renault kind of loses a lot of customers when it comes to this. So let's talk pricing wise. Pricing wise, this top of the range variant retails at around about 363,000 rand, which is cheaper than the entry level. I mean the base Polo. Which, yeah, think about that for a second. I mean a base Polo. So with this vehicle, you get features like your lane keeping assist, our standard cruise control buttons over there, which is okay, man. Like the drive of the vehicle, it doesn't feel like it's about to fall off or it won't last as long. It feels plush, man. Like I feel like Renault kind of like paid attention to detail when they were making this vehicle. So yeah, man. It also has features like your auto hold. So since this car will be bought by a lot of first-time buyers, there's no longer rolling on the steep, by the way, guys, because you have auto hold. But anyway, when it comes to comfort-wise, right, I feel like the seating position paired up with, you know, how the seats are, like, I feel like the vehicle is very comfortable to sit in. By no way means do I feel uncomfortable to drive it. I feel like I can do a long distance trip to Limpopo from Pretoria quite well with no problem. Fuel consumption wise, right? I haven't been driving this vehicle economically. So Renault claims about 5.6. I haven't seen that figure, but I've managed to achieve 7.7 liters per 100 km, which is really not that bad, considering that I've been doing a lot of urban driving as well, robot to robots and things of that matter. I also forgot to mention that this vehicle does also come with wired Apple CarPlay, of which for me, I just hope it was wireless, but nonetheless, it's okay. It also does have our drive mode selector over there, so I'm now in sports mode, so it changes the whole cluster and everything else. Makes the vehicle feel a bit more responsive. You do kind of notice the different modes here and there. When I pop it into eco, it kind of like slackens everything down. The vehicle is no longer as responsive. It saves a bit more fuel here and there apparently. I haven't seen any fuel saving, but overall this is really a wonderful package, and I feel like people must actually consider it. Like if you're in the market for a hatchback, I feel like you need to consider this, man. If driving manual is not a deal breaker, because some people say driving manual is a deal breaker. So yeah, man, considering that the Volkswagen Polo Vivo is playing around this territory, and this is like the top of the range, so I think entry level it starts at around about 312,000 rand. So you can imagine how things are. But anyway, with that being said, that's me from 6 Gear Wheels, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.